Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be taking a look at the new hero SNOWSTRIKE, and we're going to be permanently freezing husks with our throwing stars. So yeah, before I continue guys, just big shout out to anyone who uses my supporter creator code STOCKINGS. It'll be in the description below. And also in the description will be an invite link to my Discord server. If you want to join that, you can get to talk to me or talk to and play with a whole bunch of other amazing people that are already in there and stuff. So yeah, I'll use my code, join the Discord server, and yeah, so this is the loadout. So what Snowstrike does in the commander, what she does is that her throwing stars don't actually do damage up front. What instead they do is that they actually stick onto the husks that you hit them with, right? And then whenever you use, whenever they hit, oh my god, I can't speak. Whenever you hit them with melee damage, it's going to cause an explosion that deals 167 base water damage. And also, whenever you hit them with the throwing stars, they're going to get frozen for 4 seconds, which is awesome. That is so freaking good. We actually don't have that many heroes that freeze Husk in the game. We have stuff like Zenith, we have Ice Queen, and we have Ice King, right? But now we have Snowstrike, and Snowstrike actually is really good, guys. In this video, I'm going to be trying to just get as many freeze off as possible, right? But also, I'm going to be showcasing the actual damage of the stars, because they do a lot of damage, and one thing that's important, by the way, guys, is that this does water damage. This isn't energy damage. This is not physical damage. This is not nature fire damage. This is water damage, okay? And that is important because in fire zones, this is gonna do so much freaking damage, guys. This is gonna do the full 167 base water damage, right? Don't use this hero in a nature zone. Just don't. Just don't. It's not worth it because nature husks take a quarter of the damage they would normally take versus water damage. It's kind of like Pokemon if you think about it. How moves are super effective or not very effective, right? It's kind of like that. Nature husks take a quarter damage from water damage, and fire husks take a quarter damage from nature damage, and water husks take a quarter damage from fire damage. It's kind of like that in a way, if that makes sense. It's kind of like the triangle they got going on there. But versus physical and fire husks, we'll be doing 100% of our damage here, and versus water husk as well. It's not as bad. It's only 2/3 that we'll be doing, which is it's still playable. It's not unplayable. It's definitely playable still. So just don't use her in nature zones. But if you see like a fire zone, definitely bring her in there. Even a water zone is fine too. Just don't use her in a nature zone. But she also does the same damage, by the way, in the support. But instead of freezing them, she only slows them. But honestly, I think she actually is better in the support, right? This is more like a fun build that I'm showing off first, where I want to be showcasing the actual freeze mechanic of her. But yeah, I'll be making like another video where I actually showcase her in the support, where you can utilize her in the support and then also use like an actual like just a better commander, right? Like kind of like Cloak Shadow. I've done tests with Cloak Shadow is super fun to play with. Even Assassin Sarah is also good, or even Dragon Scourge because he also has throwing stars. So like pretty much any ninja that has throwing stars can be using the commander and have her in the support. But yeah. Here we'll be using Happy Holidays as well to give us an ability cooldown. And here we have Swift Shuriken and Lamara. He's currently available right now for a couple more days. The season is ending on the 20th, right? So if you haven't gotten a llama right yet from the llamas, and if you want to try out this build, then make sure that you get him or get enough candy before the 20th, because that's when we're going to be going to the next season, the next venture season, the Frozen Fjords and stuff. So yep, llama right just gives us some throwing star cooldown, which is awesome, and we're going to be having a 4.2 second cooldown. It's effectively 4 seconds, right? And that's perfect because as I said before, she freezes enemies for 4 seconds, so we can literally permanently freeze like a smasher or something like that with her throwing stars, which is so cool. And then here we have Anticodal Sarah. Anticodal Sarah is just here for the energy generation, because we are going to be spamming our throwing stars very often, every 4 seconds ideally, right? So just giving us some energy regeneration whenever we get a melee weapon elimination is great. I like her a bit more than Fawn Ranger Jonesy, because Jonesy gives us 2 energy per second over 3 seconds, right? But Sarah just gives us 7.5 energy up front after we get a melee kill, and that's going to be easy to do because we have Assassin Sarah and Arlene Iza. Assassin Sarah just gives us some more melee damage whenever we're hitting a single target. A very nice hero, just gives us more damage. And then Iza will help us stay alive during the fight with her life leech I'll be getting. So yeah, it's really awesome. That's how we're going to be getting the rapid charge activated a lot too. And last but not least, Breakbeat Wildcat here, giving us Rock and Rift whenever we kill 10 enemies in 9 seconds. Super amazing hero, one of the best heroes in the game. giving us extra damage and melee attack speed. That damage should also apply to our throwing stars and should also apply to our dragon slash as well, and even crescent kick if we ever decide to use it, right? So yeah, wildcats is awesome. Gadget, adrenaline rush, and hover turret. Adrenaline rush to make us stay healthy. Turret just extra damage and it helps activate battle beat faster too. You can also use something like slow field, right, if you want to be more supportive and stuff like that. But I'm using the turret just because it's fun. And yeah, I'm actually going to be taking this into a fire zone. Perfect, right? Category 4 firestorm with some actually not bad modifiers, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I'll be back when I'm ready and show you guys how she works. Alright, so I'm in the mission. I found a bunch of randoms to do the mission with me, and I'm going to test on this in cam and just show you guys how much damage you can actually do with this perk. So let me just try and oh, no, I guess the cam reset. Okay, well, let me try that again. Let me try that again. Yeah, so cam's gonna spawn, and let me just stick a couple stars here on these husks right here, and let me just do that, and just like that, boom, they just go crazy like that. I also am using a water spectral blade right here, and yeah, we just throwing star again, and we just critically them again, and then it's already up again, and then we can just hit them like that, and the explosion triggers the other one to explode, and yeah, just we like an entire encampment just like that with complete ease, like that wasn't even like a sweat. I literally stood in one spot, and you know, freaking took care of it. Mind you, the power level 250 us, by the way. Yeah. And real quick right here versus a blaster. I'm pretty sure I will one shot this thing. This is a power level 160 blaster, right? And it went kaboom. Oh my god. like that's just insane. Let me actually, okay, hold up. Can I actually see how much damage this will do against this husky? Okay, I think that was like 300k that it did there, right there, if I was able to see the numbers correctly. Let me see against this taker. Yeah, let me see how much this thing against this taker. Okay, it just one-shots the taker, dude. Like, what is that? That's so funny, man. Alright, I found another blaster here, and yeah, so what I mean by permanently freezing is that I literally mean you can permanently freeze them. So, for example, this blaster, right, I'm going to hit with the stars, right, and then I'm going to hit it again with another batch of stars, and I'm going to hit it again with another batch of stars, right there, so it's frozen again, and then I'm going to hit it for another batch of stars, and it just can't, it literally just can't, it can't move, and then we hit it with another batch of stars, like so, and one more batch right here, and now we gotta start getting some energy back. But yeah, so that's what I mean by permanently freezing, right? Honestly, SNOWSTRIKE, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in the intro, but I think she actually is just better off as a support hero, right? Because the actual damage that you get from the stars is the exact same, whether she's in support or in commander. The only difference is that she freezes in the commander, and in the support she slows. But the slow is still pretty effective. Slowing is obviously great in this game, especially for bigger targets, right? And yeah, I think people are saying that it's kind of like a bug that she can't pierce with her throwing stars, but honestly, that's probably for the better, because I really think you can just make like a 2x1, 3x1 tunnel, right, and just throw those piercing throwing stars, right, and just permanently freeze an entire like wave just coming through a tunnel, and honestly that seems kind of broken. If I'm being honest, that does not seem like, you know, balanced, right? And yeah, but regardless, I will be trying to showcase as much as possible her freeze mechanic, right, with in this video whenever I see bigger targets and stuff. So yeah, I'll probably gonna be back when the defense starts, and yeah, I'll see you guys back then. Alright, mission started, and yeah, I built some tunnels here, right here. Check out my tunnels video, by the way, if you haven't checked that out. I showcased these tunnels, actually, and these variations of it in that video. But yeah, so this tunnel is actually one right here. The one right here is actually one that I'm probably going to be focusing a lot, because it's just a nice long tunnel, and I could just look it down this tunnel and just keep freezing them, right? And yeah, the traps is also nice because it activates battle beat, which is great. And yeah, so I freeze them here, and then causes the explosion. Really nice. And yeah, this blaster, for example, I just, you know, walk up to it and then hit it like this, and all that damage. And but yeah, the reason why I also think SNOWSTRIKE is a bit better is because the actual explosion doesn't. Oh, I forgot to put gas traps there. My bad. I should have put gas traps there. But yeah, the actual explosion doesn't affect. Doesn't give us effects like a life leech, right? Or even, you know, progress for, like, you know, killing stuff, right? So like, for example, like, I don't get any energy when I kill the husks with my my throwing stars, right? But if I was playing like a different ninja, like Cloak Shadow, or something like Assassin Sarah, then it'd be a little better because I already have all that damage from them being the commander, right? Whereas the damage that we get from SNOWSTRIKE is a bit better. And even though we don't freeze them, we slow them down by quite a fair amount and stuff. But yeah, but you see there, even with the pickaxe, I can do it, and I can freeze them again right here, hit it with the pickaxe again, and then just cleave through like that, and then we just freeze this blaster, and get that nice chunk of damage right there, which is so freaking good. No smashers so far. Hopefully we can get a couple of them. That would be nice to see. Got a couple propanes right here, and freeze them like that. Yeah, this is also really good though. Freezing propanes is such a good. Yeah, see right, the propanes are literally dying in like one explosion, and I also died in one explosion as well. I also died in one explosion, by the way. But yeah, the loadout honestly is not really one that I would take into this in the 160s. I would definitely be using something more like with like Cloak Shadow, with like or like Assassin Sarah in these 160s. Because, or well, it really depends on your playstyle. Me, I'm more of like whenever I play a ninja, I'm more like an upfront brawler type of person, right? So, I'm just more inclined to take more damage, right? I mean, I can also counteract that with like stuff like campfires and whatnot. But as you can see here, I'm just kind of dying because I'm playing really risky and stuff. The propanes are kind of annoying me. But regardless, I mean, you guys are seeing the freezing effect happen. Oh, wait, I could have used my revive there actually. That's my bad. I gotta do the walk of shame now. But yeah. I could have used my revive there, and no smashers so far. This is what I'm also talking about. It's like you're not always gonna get like a wave of smashers. Like in theory, right? I would really enjoy just having a bunch of smashers show up, and I just missed every star there. I would enjoy having just like a whole like wave of smashers pull up, right? So that I can just freeze them as they walk through one by one, right? But it's not gonna happen. However, the freezing propane, I didn't even consider that. Freezing propanes does feel really nice. That actually feels freaking amazing, actually. And yeah, but also something like Cloak Shadow and Assassin Sarah, or even Whiteout Fiona, they like to use Totally Rockin' Out. And Totally Rockin' Out is obviously just like the best team perk in the game for just doing damage, right? So obviously that would be really nice. And also just like as you can see, I'm kind of struggling with shielders, but once I get into the dome, it's not bad. Make sure that my internet's okay. Oh, I heard a smasher actually. We can actually, okay, perfect. I can actually probably show off the freeze effect right there, just like that, but I gotta kill some other things so I get some energy, like so, and then freeze him again, like that. I'll put a turret down too, because why not? Yeah, this smasher, we can just freeze this smasher right there. A nice 4-second cooldown. We got another smasher right here I gotta worry about. And Momiji wants to charge. Freeze him. Didn't stop the charge fully, but yeah, as you can see here, smashers can be kind of annoying actually to deal with. Fortunately, or well, thankfully we got the discharger, like that. Cool. There we go. Okay, our constructors should be moving the base on this atlas. I don't know why they're not having it on this atlas. Guys, this is another thing. If you're playing constructors for the most play class. If you're playing constructors, make sure that you put the base on an area that's actually getting attacked by the husks. The atlases back there really aren't getting any attention, right? It's more so Atlas A and Atlas B over here that are getting all the attention, right? And I mean, like, the base could have also saved the tunnel from dying there, but it's fine. It's really whatever. They are taking more damage right now, so that is something. But yeah, we just freeze them, walk up to them, cause that giant explosion. It's actually so good, by the way. Yeah, but also like another reason why I think Cloak Shadow might just be better, or even like Dragon Scorch, is because they have a higher ability damage modifier than SNOWSTRIKE. SNOWSTRIKE, I believe, has somewhere around like the 19 modifier, whereas a hero like Cloak Shadow has 22, right? And my Dragon Scorch is actually supercharged to do to 144, so he actually has like a 25 modifier. It's kind of crazy. But there's the mini boss. Also, yeah, the mini boss. Unfortunately, we can't freeze. That's just how mini bosses are. We just can't freeze mini bosses. But like pretty much against everything else, we can just freeze them like that, like so. I also am not using heroes like a Cloak Shadow, just because like I don't think it's necessary. If you want to hit if you want to guarantee hit like a star, then sure you can run Cloak Shadow, but or not Cloak Shadow, Cloak Star, right? Yeah, Cloak Star. Then sure, right? But I don't think it's necessary. But if you want to include him, then sure, it'd be my guess. It's up to you, right? But personally, I don't think it's necessary. But regardless, I'm having a lot of fun though freezing. I will say though, freezing enemies in this game is really fun. I'm not gonna lie, just holding an enemy in place is just satisfying, right? That's why Zenith is so strong too. and stuff, and we're using a flame grill. That's a bit bonk-ass, but sure. Yeah, we just pull up to these guys. Oh, also Dragon Slash just activated too, by the way. You see right there, the cause the explosion. I gotta just take a chill pill here for a minute. And heal up on this thing, maybe? No, I'm just dying. This is, yeah, this is another thing, yeah, this is another thing, is that, well, the explosion effect doesn't, like, proc your, whatchamacallit, it doesn't proc your shadow armor, right? Because whenever ninjas get a kill with melee weapons, you know, they get the shadow stance thing. Yeah, the shadows are the shadow stance. So, you know, it could be nice. That's also another consideration to use a different ninja in the commander, so that you actually are more inclined to get more kills, depending on what ninja you're playing and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, but I do have to make sure that this area is getting kind of overwhelmed. We only got a minute left. I don't want to redo the mission. So, yeah, we're just going to make sure. But yeah, honestly, for 160, it wasn't that crazy. It really wasn't much happening and stuff. But yeah, this is SNOWSTRIKE. SNOWSTRIKE is really fun, really good hero. She works as a commander. I'm not gonna say she's a bad commander, right? I'm obviously doing like pretty well with her as my commander. But in terms of actual viability, I think there are better commanders. But she's super fun. I mean, like the perk as you see here. This is power level 164 player, and I'm just exploding all these husks with her perk here and stuff. So yeah, make sure that you do the quest. I actually don't know how long the quest is gonna be around for, so just make sure that you do it, you know, because you don't want to miss out on it. Like here we got a smasher, and I guess I can showcase the last couple seconds of the mission, just freezing the smasher in place, right? And then yeah, and then my teammates just took care of them. But yeah, guys, that was SNOWSTRIKE. She's a really good hero. Definitely pick her up from the mini quest line that goes on. As you can see, we're just double freezing smashers, and yeah. She's really good. I'll probably make another video about her with her in the support with a different ninja in the commander. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Use my creator code in the shop to join the Discord server. And I'm probably also going to be making a video on the Primal Flame Bow. I actually am a big fan of the Primal Flame Bow. It honestly, it's a pretty fun weapon to use. I did testing with it too. And I'll make a video on that soon, so just stay tuned. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.